All right, so today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be doing research into something called the Ed-You-Swivel. So this device is brought to you by the Ed-You-Swivel company. And we have Miss Brown, the principal of Hilltop Middle School, asking us to investigate it. So she wrote us a letter saying, "Dear Energy Research Lab, my school's energy costs are very high. I have learned about an interesting product called Ed-You-Swivel chair. This product might be able to save us money by capturing energy from students' physical activities while they are at school. I would like energy scientists from the research lab to research this energy system and determine whether it will capture enough energy from students' motion to power small electrical devices such as tablets. Thank you in advance for your help. Principal Brown, Hilltop Middle School." Now, for today's research, we're not doing it by trying out the Ed-You-Swivels because we don't have any to do that. So instead, we're taking some information that we've been given by the company and other sources and deciding what the evidence supports and what evidence we can actually trust. Okay? So we want things that are evidence of a higher quality that comes from a reliable source. So when you think of a reliable source, that's a source that you can trust. So let's go ahead and take a few moments and think about some sources that you can trust information from. All right, excellent job. Now that you've thought about things that you can trust and that are reliable, some of you guys might have thought about some science books, different things like that, and different news places that actually do tell the news correctly. But even those are sometimes biased, so we have to find multiple sources in some cases. Now, some of you are also in my health class, and you've been learning about Juuling. So recently with Juuling, the Juul company did their own research on their product to see whether it was good or not. And that gave us the question, is that information reliable? If a company does its own research on a product it wants to sell and make money off of? Well, that makes it a little bit questionable. So today, some of your information comes from Ed-You-Swivel and some of it comes from other sources. Your job is to figure out which evidence is most reliable and what it points you towards, okay? So you're building a scientific argument. So the scientific argument, our first question about the natural world, is the Ed-You-Swivel a good, would it be a good product for the middle school? Okay. Our claim is either going to be one of two things that you're going to pick and then have to support. Those two claims are the Ed-You-Swivel chairs will capture enough energy to power the school of small electronics, or claim two, the Ed-You-Swivel chairs will not capture enough energy to power the school of small electronics devices. To start with, though, you're going to start with the question. Then you will sort out the evidence cards with your partner into reliable information and which one best supports which claims. And then you're going to fill out your reasoning tool. Okay, so the reasoning tool is your evidence area where you're taking the information that you were given and saying how it applies to the claim that it supports. Okay? Remember, we're starting with the question, is the Ed-You-Swivel a good product for the school to use to power their small electronics? The claims is either that the Ed-You-Swivel chairs will capture enough energy to power the school's small electronics, or the Ed-You-Swivel chairs will not capture enough energy to power the school's small electronics. Okay? But remember, we're sorting the evidence first before we figure out which claim it supports, and then we have to clearly explain how the evidence supports the claim. Now, just a moment, we're going to go look at the reasoning tool. So here in the reasoning tool, you'll notice the evidence section. So it only requires you to use 3 evidence pieces. Those are the ones that are the most reliable, so the ones that we can trust, as well as the ones that most support the claim that you've figured out works the best, okay? So again, you use only 3, and then your claim here is going to be either the Ed-You-Swivel chairs will capture enough energy to power the school's small electronics, or the Ed-You-Swivel chairs will not capture enough energy to power the school's small electronics. Okay, so here's where you're going to put the claim. And over here is where you're going to put your 3 key pieces of evidence that are reliable and support whatever claim you've chosen. In here, the this matters because section, you're going to say how the evidence supports it. So does it support it by saying that it only puts out 14 hertz of energy, and the tablets need 24 hertz of energy? You'll notice that those are difference of numbers. So if it only puts out 12 and we need 24, is that going to help power the tablets? Probably not. So if that's one of the pieces of evidence, and you're going to say, well, there's not enough energy, it's a difference of 12 hertz, and therefore it won't be able to power the tablets. So that's what you would put there. Okay? Good luck today.